The All-Star starters have been announced, and I'm here to break it down and talk about it. Now, the East, I think the East is perfect exactly how it is because the East is whack. The East is so bad that everybody that made it, I think, deserved it, and nobody was snubbed, in my opinion. I don't know who you can argue should have been in this starting lineup. Some people might end up making the bench, but in terms of the starting lineup, I don't know who you could have argued made it over any of these guys. Jalen Brunson made it, well deserved. Giannis Antetokounmpo made it, well deserved. Tyrese Maxey made it for the first time, and I think he should have been made it, honestly, at least once. There's a 1 or 2 seasons where he's been playing out of his mind and showing that he is the reason why the Sixers can be great and why they should build around him and trade away Joel Embiid. But now he finally got the credit that he deserved. Cade Cunningham, well deserved. This team made a full 180. They're the best team in the East, and they're like almost pretty much head and shoulders above everybody else. Can nobody really compete with them? Their defense is elite. Their offense is really good. He's the main part of this team, the head of the snake. Well deserved. You can't say anything about him not deserving this spot right here. Everybody else in the East, Jaylen Brown, finally got the credit he deserved. Now, unfortunately, it had to be with Jason Tatum being down. It had to be with, a whole bunch of things happening, the East being weak. But he finally got the credit that he deserves, and this is the shine that he's deserving. And everybody has been taken away from him. Okay, the East, I don't know if I'm do too much on the East because, like I said, everybody that made it, you can't argue anybody above them. Now, the West. The West is where all the action happens, and it's going to be the main point of this video because, first and foremost, Luka Dončić made it, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander made it, Nikola Jokić made it, Steph Curry made it, and Victor Wembanyama made it, okay? Now, here's where you can make all your arguments, right here, okay? Now, you can't argue anybody over Shai. Shai deserves his spot. Shai is on the team that is the best team in the league right now. They're like 35-8 or something like that. By the way, get well soon to Jalen Williams. Get well soon to him. He'll be out again. He'll be missing some games. But the team should be good without him. And moving forward, I don't think there's a team that will even come close to this, right? I don't think any team would take their spot. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander deserves his place. And I think someone else on this team should make the bench as well. They deserve 2 All-Stars. Luka Dončić, like I said, well-deserving. After everybody has been arguing about his fat, this, that, and the third, he came out here. He's averaging 34 points this year. A whole bunch of stuff has been going right for them, and he's been the main point behind everything. When LeBron went down, he stepped up and took over. He dropped more points than he ever needed. I think he had like 2 43-point triple-doubles. Austin Reeves did really good. I hope he makes the bench. I don't think the Lakers deserve 2 All-Stars, but I think Austin Reeves deserves to be an All-Star. Not a starter, but I think he deserves to be an All-Star. Now, here's where you can make your arguments, okay? Before we get to Victor Wembanyama and Nikola Jokić, I think those 2 are very well deserving of their places. Can't nobody take that away from them. Steph Curry. I don't know how Steph Curry made this. I get it. He's Steph Curry. The man's averaging 27 points. But y'all told me when the Suns were doing bad, y'all told me that the Warriors and everybody else has to be a winning team in order for them to get an All-Star. Now, yes, the Warriors are a winning team. Let's not take that away from them. I think they're above 500 as it stands today. They might be 24-19 if I'm not mistaken. But Steph Curry being an All-Star starter is insane right now. We have Anthony Edwards, who's averaging pretty much 30 points, a higher seed. They're the 5th seed. I don't understand why he's not a starter over Steph Curry. That doesn't make sense to me. And I get it. The fans will 50% of the vote. Players will 25 and media is 25. But Anthony Edwards deserves this place over Steph Curry. I don't care what you say. Argue whatever you want to argue. I don't care. Anthony Edwards should have been there. If there's anybody that you can argue should be taken out of the All-Star starting lineup, it's Steph Curry. I don't understand how he's an All-Star starter. How is KD not an All-Star starter over Steph Curry? And I don't care if you say KD is not a point guard. Pretty much, there's 3 point guards. There's Shai, Luka, and Steph Curry. And I don't want to hear Luka as a forward. I don't want to hear that. Luka is pretty much a point guard. Luka cannot play small forward or power forward. He's always been a point guard. His style of play matches a point guard. The ball is in his hands. He's always making all the plays. Everything runs through him. The offense runs through him. He doesn't play no defense. He's not sitting there waiting for his shot and somebody passing him the ball. He's creating for himself. He's creating for others. And I know people are gonna be like, but Jokic is the same thing and he's a center. All right, Jokic is also like 280, 7 foot. He deserves to be a center. Luka literally does nothing but offense. He's a big ass point guard. So having 3 point guards and just classifying Luka as a forward just because he's big as shit, he's tall, that doesn't matter, bro. That's not fair. Anthony Edwards for sure deserved this spot. Like, move Steph Curry to the bench. Give Luka a guard spot. Give Shai a guard spot. And if I'm not mistaken, I think Luka on the All-NBA teams makes the guard places. The guard positions, not the forward positions. So on the All-Star team, it should be the same. He should make the guard positions. Steph Curry needs to move his ass to the bench. And the biggest part, and the main part of this video, how the hell is LeBron James not an All-Star starter over Steph Curry? We know exactly why Steph Curry made the All-Star game in this starter lineup. They want clicks. They want views. LeBron James is not an All-Star starter. Not even a captain no more. 21 years is done. It's finished. Another record broken. But 21 years and it's over. LeBron James is going to come off the bench. Yo, LeBron, this might be a sign. It might be time to go. It might be time to retire. It's time to go, LeBron. It's time to retire. All those years when I was watching you play, and I'm the biggest critic of LeBron James, but all those years come to an end. 2016 NBA Finals, you've had some very historical moments. The Finals runs with the Heat. But this is a sign from the NBA. This is a sign from the fans. This is a sign from the media. You're just not that guy no more. It's time to go. It's time to retire. This is them letting you know it's time to hang up the jersey. Give it up. Amazing career. Just hit 51,000 points. But it comes to an end. You're no longer an all-star starter. They don't view you at the top of the league anymore. This isn't a space where you can just survive forever. You're averaging 23 points in the 5th seed, I think, or the 6th seed right now. And they won't even give you an all-star starting spot. They gave it to Steph Curry, who's averaging only 4 points more than you. And his team has a worse record than yours. And I've seen LeBron James start trying to turn it up. I guess he knew the voting's coming in. But it's done. And I know this is a big hit to his ego. And a big hit to his pride and his basketball career. And to who he is, man. LeBron James is coming off the bench in the All-Star game. His first year in the All-Star game, I don't even think he came off the bench. Do you even hear how crazy that sounds? LeBron James coming off the bench for an All-Star game while Steph Curry gets to start and just shoot threes. I don't think Steph Curry should have had this place right here. I'm sorry. Like, the only dunker in this starter lineup, the only shot blocker, the only person who's really a highlight is Victor Wembanyama. The passes from Luka and Jokić. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, I don't know about the highlights, but he's definitely deserving. Steph Curry's threes, don't get me wrong, it's amazing. But we've seen those threes so many times. especially in the All-Star game when nobody's playing defense. We've seen those threes. We saw everybody do it. I don't think there's a single three Steph Curry can make that nobody else in the league can make anymore. Everybody can do what Steph Curry does now. Maybe not at the same efficiency, maybe not at the same level, same clip, but everybody can pretty much do what he does now. LeBron James at the age of 41, there's some people in the league that can't dunk like him. And you telling me we gotta have LeBron come off the bench for Steph Curry, who's also 37? At least I have hope in the Lakers competing for a championship going to the second round. I don't think the Warriors going to make it past the first round. Especially how it stands right now. The Warriors might face the Thunder, and they're done. And for Anthony Edwards, you're going to have to find a way to ball out. I did all that long spiel about LeBron James. I even had a cut in there where I teared up a little bit because reality kicked in that LeBron's going to have to retire soon. And it's very, very soon. Sooner than what we think. Probably another year left. Probably at the end of this year. But Anthony Edwards, it's time for you to turn up. I'm sorry. You had 29 points, almost 30 points this year, averaging. And they won't even give you a starting spot. They gave it to Steph Curry. You got to find a way to bring in views, I guess, because everybody else knows Steph Curry's only there for fans and ad revenue and viewership. That's it. In my opinion, Steph Curry could have come off the bench, just like how LeBron is going to have to come off the bench. If LeBron doesn't come off the bench, it's over. It's cooked. The whole thing is done. And when I first heard this news and I seen the lineup, I'm not going to lie to you, I teared up. I was in the gym and I teared up. Just the idea. Yeah, bro, LeBron James has been playing in the NBA since I was born. Do y'all understand that? LeBron James has been in the league since I was born. LeBron James' first finals run, I was like 3 or 4 years old. LeBron James in 2016 in the NBA Finals. Bro, that was like the first real time I was engaged with basketball. Like OD. Like I really wanted to like learn the terminology, the plays, and just understanding and realizing what this means. The fact that he didn't make the All-Star starting lineup. This is a sign from everybody. They're telling him you have to retire. They're telling him it's about that time. And I know it just hit him. From what I've heard about LeBron James and how he doesn't want to retire until he wants to. And he doesn't also want to be the person coming off the bench and just being a liability to the team. I think this definitely took a hit. I think this is them telling him, hey, LeBron, it's time, bro. You got to go. I'm sorry. But Anthony Edwards, you got to turn it up. I am sick and tired of hearing Anthony Edwards is going to be the next starter of the league. Anthony Edwards this, Anthony Edwards that. I think Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has took that from him. But at the same time, I think Anthony Edwards is box office. And I think that he needs to turn up. He needs to play harder and find a way to win. I do think a lot of times this year he's been quiet. I'm not going to lie. I think he's been quiet this year. I understand the other day he had like 50 points against Victor Wembanyama and the Spurs. But I think there's a lot more that needs to be done. And I don't know what it is exactly, but he needs to find a way to be box office. Because right now, everybody's disrespecting him. I mean, even in the Olympics, they had him coming off the bench. Like, I think Anthony Edwards should be a starter. I don't understand, and I'm sorry to all the Steph fans. I don't know if y'all came here to hear me hate on Steph, but I just think that a couple of things should have, went a different way. I think Steph Curry should have definitely come off the bench. I think LeBron should have came in the starting lineup, or Anthony Edwards. Either or, I wouldn't be mad. But I definitely would think that Anthony Edwards will make it over LeBron and Steph Curry, considering the fact that LeBron James is old, Steph Curry is old. But if you're going to have Steph Curry there, along with Luka and Shai, you might as well just replace Steph with LeBron and have Luka at the guard position and Shai in the guard position. That's just my personal opinion. And that's just how I feel and what I think. I think, like I said, the East, it is what it is. The West is where you can make your arguments. A whole bunch of arguments. The only two people I feel like should have been there, like I said, is Anthony Edwards and LeBron. Everybody else, the bench is fine. You can come off the bench. I wonder if the Suns are going to get somebody off the bench, Dylan Brooks or Devin Booker. But anyways, thanks so much for watching the video. This is Real Talk with E. Safe.